Welcome back to Ozarks Live. Blake and I are here to catch you up on all the crazy season premiere of Survivor 42.
Yes, and this was a jam-packed 2-hour-long premiere.
Oh my goodness, don't blink.
Yes, it was a lot. So to kick it off, we've got 3 tribes. We've got blue, green, and orange. I'm not even going to attempt the names. I honestly don't remember them, but there's that. So they arrive to the island, and the tribes immediately kick off with a challenge. So the opening challenge is for Flint. So similar to 41, because this cast came into this very clueless, similar to 41 because they filmed back to back.
And so they hadn't seen all the twists that happened in 41, so they're bringing these up again, and it's like it's all brand new all over again.
Absolutely. So all those twists and turns from last season are coming back. They have to work for everything. They're not given anything, essentially. So this first challenge is literally just for Flint. I think the most standout moment of this first challenge, though, was that Dre, Hai, and Lindsay were going to get their oars for the little boat, and there was an advantage that they got to get. And let me describe this advantage to you, because I was really confused when I watched it, but I went and looked it up for more clarification, okay? So they received the Amulet Advantage, and this is how it works. So once the 3 of them are together, essentially at merge or potentially on the same tribe, the rules of the advantage can shift. If all 3 play it together, it's an extra vote. If there are only 2 people left, so one's gone, it becomes a steal a vote. However, if 2 of them are eliminated by merge and there's just 1 left, it becomes an idol.
Right.
And they have an idol.
So at first, before they read all the details of this, they're like, okay, we are in this together. This stays between us. Like, we'll keep this a secret, you know? So then they leave, and then eventually when they're on their own, they kind of actually reading through the details, and they're like, oh, wait, it would actually benefit me to get the other 2 out. So they think that this whole season is starting out with this, like they're really tempting them to already turn on each other before they've even gotten to know each other.
Cutthroat. That is like the word I would use to describe this premiere. It was cutthroat. But this blue tribe wins this first Flint challenge. So then we see another twist return, which is the Savvy versus Sweaty. We saw that last season. Both tribes pick the Savvy, so they essentially have to do like a little triangle type puzzle thing, figure how many triangles are in there. Both tribes get it though, so they both get their Flint, which is exciting.
They do.
Next exciting twist that returns, we see the summit twist return. So one person from each tribe has to hop on a boat, go over to another island where there's this huge summit. They have to walk up the summit, hike it up, and then there's kind of like a twist they learn at the top, which is that risk versus protect again.
Right.
So this time we see Marianne, Dre, and Jenny go.
And if everybody risks, then it's bad for all 3.
And then it's like it's so tricky how that
They have
works.
to kind of know what the other ones are going to vote before they even talked about it. And one of them did feel like she knew the other 2 would risk, so she you know protected her vote. And so again, it's just like tempting you from the very start to turn on other people.
It's very interesting because ultimately it's just like blind trust with people you literally don't know.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And you're not supposed to trust anybody.
Yeah, absolutely not. So I think one of the most talked about points of this entire premiere was that about 48 hours in, we see Jeff Probst, the host of the show, arrive to the Orange Beach. And which, Survivor tip, if Jeff ever arrives on your beach unannounced, it's probably not good.
Not good.
And in the past, we've seen that contestants leave because family dies or there's a family emergency or for some reason they're like being medically evacuated or whatever the case. Well, Jackson had to be eliminated for like some personal medical reasons.
Well, and here's the thing, if you're going to be on this kind of show, like it's going to be really hard on your body, and he's actually taking a medication that he weaned himself off of right before he started, and he didn't tell them until right before he got on. And they don't want that kind of liability, and I get that, and it was sad that he had to leave.
It was tough. You should definitely go check out social media for other people's thoughts on it because it was a pretty controversial take from a lot of like Survivor fans. So I'm interested to see what else people have to say. So then we get to the immunity challenge. This immunity challenge was intense like no other. And a lot of people online were saying they think it was intense because it was a challenge designed for 6 people. So there's 6 on each
Jackson
tribe.
on, that's 5. And so they have to even that up and take 1 away from the other 2 tribes
and so
as well.
it was hard. I mean, they were pulling that boat through that like levee thing. I mean, it looked so intense. However, pans out that orange takes first, green takes second, and we see blue go to tribal, which I thought was interesting because they won that opening challenge. So I was like, I had really strong expectations.
Do you really feel like blue has, I mean, I look at all 3 of them, and usually there is a tribe that stands out to me, like they are really strong physically. And I look at these 3, and I don't feel like any of them have that kind of advantage.
No, I will say that first challenge, I was like, oh, I think blue's really strong. And then they got back to camp, and I was like, no, this tribe is so discombobulated. So it was a hot mess. But then we go to our first tribal council of this season, and it's really close between Zach and Tori. Now, I want you to share your thoughts really fast on Tori because we were talking about this a few minutes ago.
I don't trust her at all, and I don't like the fact that she walks into this show ready to basically lie to everybody, and I mean, she is lying to everybody about what she even does for a living, and so she's going to try to use her psychology to get in. I'm like, no. I mean, it's hard enough as it is. I don't trust you. I just don't like that, you know?
No, yeah, I totally agree. Now, unfortunately, the vote came down between Zach and Tori. At least that's how it appeared when they were chatting.
But the only ones they opened were for Zach.
And I will say the shot in the dark twist is back again, where you have like a little dice that you can take one time a season that essentially can save yourself, but it said not safe with Zach, so he was eliminated.
At least he tried because he knew he was
And on top of that, voted out unanimously, which made me laugh a little bit. I was like, wow, they had no faith in him. But I wanted to share really fast. I was sharing with you, Sue, before. Zach shared on his Twitter page that he had written himself letters pre-season about different variations that he could be eliminated. So the end of the letter read, just remember this. You would rather be the most humiliating first vote of all time than to never try at all.
Yes.
So this is also incredible. And I thought that was great. And if you want to check out more from that letter, you can follow him at Zach Wirt on Twitter. But I thought that was awesome.
No regrets. Live your life with no regrets. Yes.
So overall, this was a very exciting premiere. I'm excited to see where this season goes. There's so many exciting characters so far.
I'm already nervous.
Yes, it is super intense. But as always, you can catch a brand new episode of Survivor 42 each Wednesday night tonight, right here on Color 10 at 7 p.m.
That's right. We'll be right back.